Hello and welcome once again. Today we are going to do this movie box, which is on Hack My VM platform. The author is Comfy and the difficulty level is medium. So the box is up and running. The IP is 192.168.1.69. So let's just start from the nmap -r-v sc sv -p-n. Write it to a file nmap tcp full 192.168.1.69, I believe. Right, the nmap has started and it has immediately found out that there are two TCP ports open, 22 and 80, and because of these SC and SV flags, it's going to run some default nmap scripts, and I believe SV is to for this finding the version finding the version of service, which in this case is OpenSSH 8.4 patch 1 Debian. So this is a Debian based box, right? We have this thing and we can get the exact version of Debian by this number, maybe like Debian 11, I guess. And the HTTP web server is basically Apache 2.4.54, and the HTTP title is suggesting that it's movie.hmb. Right, so I guess that is it. Before we visit the website, let's just make a directory, maybe like dirs cd 200 dirs, and let's just start the gobuster dir e to have the complete view, wordless, user, share, list, discovery, web content, draft, medium, words, .txt, threads to be like 50. The URL is going to be http 192.168.1.69, and let's just tee it to gobuster.log. And so far nothing special, so let's just go to the website, which is 192.168.1.69, and it is loading, and the website is over here with us. So it's saying convert.avi files to mp4 online, right? Only AVI files allowed. So is it an index.html? It is not, I believe. Is it index.php? Right, it's a PHP based web application, I guess. So we can start specifying draft, medium, maybe directories or txt, and let's just call it 201. And I found out that there are two directories present on this server, so that is something interesting, right? We didn't get anything with the files, but with the directories we have two things, right? Connection to the data space, that is one thing, and with this dist folder, not sure what these are, but here we have some CSS, images, JavaScript. So that is it. Maybe like trying the default credentials of admin, admin password. We don't have anything. So any other thing we can try, right, we can specify with 202, and now we can add -x php, because we know that this is a web application, and now gobuster will append this php tag, php extension, to all the files that it's trying to brute force. So we again get the dist folder, and I should now suppress these 403s because they are making 403 and 404. Now we can suppress those messages and upload.php, right? This is interesting. Index.php we already knew, dist we already know, data we already know. So let's just try to maybe have some AVI file sample and sample AVI files, right? We can have some AVI file and try to upload it and see what exactly this web application is doing. So here we have some download sample AVI, and I should now copy this link and let's just make another directory, maybe like avi cd, and let's just wget this thing. So if I try doing file, it's saying this is an HTML document. What? Download sample video file. Close. In downloading a moment, now it has downloaded, so maybe like it didn't download the correct version. File. I don't know why I am not able to open this thing. File. Additional software is installed. Ugh, don't know what this crap is. Let's just rm this file and mv home john downloads file over here, and if I try now, it's open, it's working right. So this is the file, and if we try like doing file, it's saying that this is an AVI and all these stereo, so this is a video. So maybe like changing its name to like sample.avi, right? And if we try intercepting the request in burp, the intercept module is on, and where is it? Right, let's just hit Control U and see, do we have anything interesting other than sitemap.xml. So open link in a new tab, and I should have added 192.168.1.69 site no map.xml, and I see some important locations, converted videos, index data. Who cares, right? So if we go to temp 8 HMV and then movie, I should have AVIs, right? Let's just try uploading and giving it to the burp, right? So now if I try hitting upload, I get this very long message, right? And it's basically uploading this file, so we can try sending it to repeater and then just intercept the response back, and it says the file has been successfully uploaded to this file, right? That is great thing. And if now I try downloading this thing, it's saying movie.hmv. I should have added it to my hosts. So this is going to be 192.168.1.69 movie.hmv file sample.mv4 mp4. Why it's saying that it's empty? Open sample dot, what the hell, rm sample.mp4, and if I try wcatting this thing, wcat, it's still saying sample.mp40. Oh, maybe it's because of the size limit, I guess. If you look over here, it's saying that it's 700 kilobytes only, but what was the size that max files allowed? 5 MO. Maybe it's because of the file limit, I'm not sure. Let's just try some other file. Sample AVI files 750 KB. This was not a very big file, but 25 MB, 5 megabits, 500 KBs. I should have sample AVI, maybe this file, 800 kilobytes. Max size 5 MO. 800 kilobytes. Maybe like 10 KB. Sample AVI, come on. But I guess that this file is basically converting this thing into an MP4. So we can try this 660, maybe like, let's just give it a try, and if it doesn't work, we'll move further. Wget this thing, and now if I go to, is it downloaded? Drop.avi. Right, it's completed. Drop.avi. Upload. Your file has been this, and wget this thing. Right, now it's saying that it has some file size, right? Not sure what exactly was the issue. Like, if I try MP4, the video plays, and I guess the AVI video is also the same. That is great. So again, this is basically and MP4 to AVI, right? So I'm not sure that how can we exploit this thing. I mean, maybe try looking at some of the .avi, .mp4, Linux, PHP, and the first thing we get is like FFmpeg. So what is FFmpeg? Free and open source software project consisting of a suite of libraries and programs for handling video and audio and other multimedia files. So maybe this is using, since the second result is also suggesting to use FFmpeg. So we can try looking at the exploits of FFmpeg. Mpeg exploits. I mean, just assuming that it is going to use this FFmpeg. So if we go to here, do we have anything interesting? FFmpeg vulnerabilities, remote code execution. What exactly is this? CVE 2020. Do we have remote code execution? I mean, I'm not sure. FFmpeg vulnerabilities. FFmpeg, maybe like AVI vulnerability exploit. SSRF vulnerability via FFmpeg HLS processing. So we have some of the vulnerabilities related to SSRF, and it's also doing this, but as a result of this FFmpeg, the attacker is able to maybe perform the server-side request forgery. So we have different references. I'm not sure that exactly whether this is the vulnerability or if it's not. This is general FFmpeg. Nothing special. And we have presentation. Let's just see what is exactly in the presentation. And here we have this FFmpeg AVI HackerOne report. So a lot of resources. Bug bounty even on Google. So maybe this is the article that we want to read. This is a very long presentation. And what year it is? Maybe Russian? Here is Russian. Anyway, so what exactly this is? Upload file to some website with process video files. Click play. If you're lucky, you'll be able to read the content on file. Interesting. That memory disclosure. So maybe like, can we try this attack? And if it works, we can try further exploring it. So let's just try going to the making maybe like 400 exploits. CD 400 exploits. Wget. If I could type correctly. And Python 3 Jan. Maybe first thing we can try is file name and output file, right? The file name is going to be file password d. Output file is going to be like read, or maybe exploit1.avi, file exploit1.avi, and it's saying that it's an AVI. So ideally, I mean, if this exploit works, and if this web application is running FFMPEG, and if we try getting this thing, we should be able to read this etc password file. So we can try intercepting the request in burp. Where is it? I don't see any output. Exploit.avi, right? I have to go to the different folder, which is exploits. Exploit.avi, capture this request in burp and see what exactly is happening in the background. So this is it, and I guess I see this etc password file. Not sure how this AVI thing works, but just try forward this request, and it's saying the video has been downloaded or uploaded and generated and converted. So if we try running this thing, nice, and oh, this is great. I mean, we can read this etc password file, and I see a potential username that is Paul, maybe. That is interesting. So we have a potential username, maybe Paul. I don't know what. So if we go to over here and let's just make another directory with users, cd 500 users, and we can try running medusa ssh. The username is going to be Paul, the password is going to be Paul, and v6 minus f movie.hmv is going to be the thing which we, I guess we should add. What exactly I am missing, I'm not sure. Display version, verbosity level should be v6, and success. So the username and password are common. So we can try SSH into this box. I mean, like SSH Paul @movie.hmv PAUL Paul, and we are in, which is great. But the thing is that I think this is a locked up account. I don't see much things. I mean, this bash environment is locked, and I can only run these commands, right? If I try hitting vim, it says not found because in the binary folder, bin folder, only these applications are provided. I don't know that any of these applications provide gtfo bin capabilities from which we can basically privilege escalate, and we also don't have cat, which is a very bad thing. So maybe this is a rabbit hole. Let's just try quitting this thing, and we remember that there was another thing. Where was it? In the dist folder. We can try movie.hmv dist. HTTP. Oh, it was data. Come on. HTTP and Paul. It's again saying credentials are bad. So what exactly files do we have inside this data folder, right? We can try running gobuster over here. So let's just go cd 200 directory gobuster dire w user share seclist discovery web content draft medium words.txt -xphp. URL is going to be this, and we can try having gobuster.log, and again I should specify dash b 403 and 404. Right, I see index.php, config, login.php, and we can try reading any of these pages if it works. I mean, we basically created over here, so if I try maybe file, the common location of this file is going to be var www.html data, and then it's going to be I guess config.php. Let's just give it a try. Config.php, and if we try uploading this thing, exploit 2.avi and then upload it. It is saying it has been uploaded. Let's just download this thing. Open exploit 2.mp4, and the problem is that it's not allowing me to read very properly. Do we have any other? What was the name of this exploit? I mean, gen xpen avi. Maybe try googling it, and maybe we have some other payload that works well. So this is another article, and what exactly these guys are doing. I guess I use this one, and is it the same one? FFMPEG M3U bin. I guess this is the same one exactly. And I don't see anything other than that. I was basically looking for something more www HTML, which was, so why I am not able to read this thing. Oh, I can, but right, it's saying DB server define username Tarantino and killer. Right, so the DB username is Tarantino and the username is killer. Maybe we can try these credentials. I mean, it's hard to read, but we should give it a try. And I remember running Medusa. Right, this, oops. So I should Tarantino, maybe like killer. And it didn't say success, so Tarantino. And again it failed, so maybe this is not the correct file. What exactly what the other files, maybe like index.php. We can try looking at the index.php, config index, and let's just say it exploit 3. So let me just close this thing and exploit 3.avi and 3. Oh, it's 3. Open exploit 3.mp4. Oh, there was a lot of data. It's saying PHP session start, set session username, header location, login.php, image.png. The production of offers you this archive, and it's saying some archive, right? My data underscore archive.zip, click me, logout.php. So maybe we have something interesting inside this. mkdir dls, maybe, or maybe like 600 zips, because it's a zip. So if we try wget http movie.hmv and come on, my data underscore archive.zip. I should have specified the folder that was data. Ah, great. I have this zip folder. So let's just try unzipping this thing. It's asking for the password, maybe like killer. Oops, Tarantino, Paul. It didn't work. We can try looking at the 7-zip, using 7-zip to see what exactly the encryption is used. I mean 7-zip list and mydata.archive. And these are the files that are present inside this password protected zip. So there are basically two attacks involved with the zip. One is the dictionary base. For that, I will use fcrackzip. I don't remember the syntax, so maybe like how to brute force zip files with fcrack. So we can give it a try with this. And I should now close tabs to the right. I already have fcrackzip installed. I mean, so this is going to be the command, right? I should copy only this path. The dictionary is going to be always rockU and come on, my data archive. And I guess it was not able to find any passwords. Right, the second thing which we can try with zip, basically we can try attacking zip is like 7-zip list, maybe my data archive. Come on, what was the command? 7-zip minus help. Show technical information, right? 7-zip dash SSLT. I'm looking at this flag, right? Come on. I should not have specified the flags. 7-zip minus help. Show information, list contents. 7-zip. I don't know why it's not working. So the second attack we can try with zip files like so there are basically two types of encryption involved with zip. Zip encryption algorithms. So the modern one is the AES one, and it, as the name suggests, it uses the AES. But there was another legacy password protection algorithm that was called zipCrypto. And zipCrypto, if you look zipCrypto versus AES, you will get that zipCrypto AES is obviously more secure than zipCrypto. And so there is basically an attack with zipCrypto. So maybe this is a zipCrypto. I don't remember. 7-zip find zipCrypto command 7 to extract 7-zip find zipCrypto. Right, determining the encryption type of zip files. I was looking for this. I am not sure that what exactly the command is. Right, this is maybe the command that basically tells us that. Right, so this is the method that is being used to encrypt this file, and if I try doing it crypto just to zipCrypto method. So the zipCrypto method is basically vulnerable to an attack. And here we have a great article by a guy who basically was able to crack the conti malware content. So if you go over the internet and type conti malware group zipCrypto and conti ransomware zip crypto. Right, so this is a great article in which a person was basically able to leak the complete source code of this ransomware file. So this basically file works. There is a in cryptography there is a attack called known plain text attack, where you have some information of the file that is being encrypted. You specify that plain text and the encrypted text, and as a result you basically able to get the keys, or basically able to crack that encrypted text. So let's see what exactly the guy is using. He's using this program called bkcrack. I already have downloaded it on my system. Crack legacy zip encryption. You can basically download the latest release. Right, you can grab this one. So let's just, we can copy over it. So I guess I have the home, John, downloads, bkcrack. So, oops. This is the file. This is the binary file that we will be using. So it needs to, we need to specify the encrypted file that we need to crack, and then some piece of information that we already know. So we know that if we go over here to the zip folder and try looking at 7-zip my data archive, we know that these are some of the files, and we know that some of these files are public. Maybe we can try 404.html. It's easily accessible to us, so why not download this file, wget http movie.hmv slash 404.html. and what exactly is in the 404 html, and then we need to have some data. So we can try print f some plain text, and let's just create its zip file. So some pt.zip, and I guess we need to specify this thing, and then the what I need to specify some part, and p is going to be some part.zip, p is going to be some part. Right, I need to specify over here, maybe like, I'm not sure how to work with this thing. It's saying that some part is not found. Some why it's saying so. Dash c dash p. No entry found for some pt. No zip entry. Oh, we need to have this file some pt as zip. Not sure why it's maybe 404. Right, I'm not always good with the syntax, so it's going to take some time. So let me just pause the video, and if things goes well, oh, before pausing the video, it basically found out the key. So literally take like, let's just try running with time to see how much time it took. That was fast. I'm inside a VM, but it was still able to crack within like less than 10 seconds. Right, 10 seconds. So here we have found out the keys that were used to encrypt this file. So again, the syntax is like the original encrypted folder, then some known plain text file. In this case, 404.html was publicly accessible, and we grabbed a portion of this file and we generated. If we go Where is it? Right, we basically grabbed a part of this file, and we converted it to another file and made it a zip file. So I hope it makes sense. Encrypted file, the known file zip, and then the original known file. So some part of that file. So that is it. We have found out the keys. So the next thing we can try is like bkcrack my data archive keys minus u is going to be unlocked dot zip, and password is going to be please sub, and obviously we need to specify the keys. So if everything goes well, a new file unlock.zip should be made, and its password is going to be please sub, right? And if I try now running unlock.zip, and let me just copy this string, and it has basically decrypted or basically extracted all the files which were basically password protected file. So we can try looking at the files, maybe like upload.php, what exactly was happening over here, right? So this was the file. Not sure what exactly this language is, maybe Spanish. The author may be Spanish. Error, ila problemo. I don't know how to pronounce these things. So this was the PHP thing, and it was using FFMPEG. And we know that FFMPEG was basically vulnerable to file inclusion, or maybe you can say SSRF. So here we have an IDRSA, and we have two users, right? Tarantino was basically, we were not able to SSH into it. id.rsa SSH Tarantino at the rate movie.hmv IDRSA. Come on. ID_RSA. And we are in. So we are in, and if I go to ls, I can do this user.txt, and this is the file. I like to use crackstation sometimes to see how exactly this flag was made. So just for fun, before we move to the previous part. And before running our enumeration scripts for finding out anything interesting, come on. Tractors. I only see three tractors. I don't know what exactly is this. We can try looking at the hash ID. Hash ID -m. This is the hash. Hash ID basically find out that what exactly this algorithm is. Probably an MD5. That was I was also thinking like that. Right, and before running any enumeration scripts, the first thing we should do is like looking for sudo. Any sudo or privileged thing that user can perform. And interestingly, this user can perform etc password d. So priv ask etc password d. Writable etc password d. So if we have a writable etc password d, we can make a root user by inserting. So maybe this is the intended path. The user Tarantino can run as root this command. So if we can run root this command, we can basically add anything inside this file and make our own malicious user. So we can open SSL password. We can try specifying the password for user. So let's just say we do this thing. Do we have open SSL over here? We have binary security. Right, this is going to be the password. So if I try sudo user pin nano etc password, and it's saying that etc password is unwritable. But let's just try. So if this is X, this basically means that it is not going to read passwords over here, but it's going to be reading the passwords from etc's shadow. So can I insert and control X? Operation not permitted. That is strange. I'm root user, but I still cannot run this command. But since I am running nano as the root user, we can try looking at gtfo bins. So gtfo bins is basically a website that has Unix binaries that can be abused to break out restricted shells or escalate or maintain elevated privileges. So GTFO bins is basically for elevating privileges. You basically abuse a binary and you can privilege escalate. So since we are running the program nano and it's listed over here, we can try getting a shell. Right, if I try control R, control X, control R, control X, command to execute is going to be reset and bin bash. And I should now add this thing also. Right, it's saying I'm root. Oh, who am I root? So that was it, I guess. We can try reading the root file. And can we crack this on the crackstation? Where is crackstation? Where is crackstation? I don't know where it went, but crackstation. So this was the box. I mean, now we are going beyond root things to find out what exactly was happening. Any other thing interesting we can see? Crosswalks. Come on. Oh, it's taking too long. Verify. Crack hashes. And again, not able to crack this hash. Right, so LSB release. And it's Debian 11 as we guessed it from the NMAP report. So bash history is basically tied to dev null, so we are not going to see any interesting thing. What do we have inside the profile? Profile, that is basically a normal profile. And if we go inside the home directory and see, again, this bash history is basically tied to null. So where is Paul? Find slash name Paul2 is greater than def null. I don't find anything. That is strange. I mean, maybe it was a Docker container. SS and I only see port 33006. And we remember that mysql host 127.0.01 Tarantino -p password was killer. So show databases, use movie db, show tables, select static from users, and not sure exactly what this algorithm is. I mean, oh, this is the password of Tarantino. Hash id m SHA-256. Can we crack it online? Maybe if we had palm trees. I mean, this is again some beyond root things we don't need to have very. And it's still loading. Oh, it basically found out killer. Right, so killer is the hash of this thing, right? I don't know what exactly. So if we go to movie HMV data and Tarantino killer, right? We basically had to log in via this and maybe download this file. but we basically bypassed this step and we were able to do it via that FFMPEG vulnerability. We were able to read it. So this is maybe this is the internet path. I'm not sure. I mean, how can an attacker? Right, this is the internet path because we have to read the config.php file, and after reading the config.php file, we have to log in as Tarantino with the credentials Tarantino killer, and after that we have to download this file. That is interesting, but again we basically bypass this thing. So I guess this is only inside our DB. And what exactly do we have other than that? And let's go inside www ls html, and I see login.php. Interesting. Vim login dot, I don't see over here. I mean cd data vim login.php. Oh, come on. Nano login.php to see exactly what exactly is happening. So so it's saying that select from users where username and password dot hash SHA-256 of password, and SHA-256 of password. Alright, and PHP echo message. What exactly is the message? So I don't see anything. I was looking for some other exploits maybe, but I don't see anything. Maybe like index.php. Nano index.php, and right, this was the file which we basically were able to, maybe index.php. What do we have? Come on, index.php. And this is again, if is set get page, so it is loading a page get variable. Maybe this is vulnerable to local file inclusion, movie.hmb index.php. I hate typing it without the HTTP. And if I try get file, get page is equals to password t. Right, this is again another vulnerability. LFI is over here. So we have again the Paul user, and we have Tarantino. Right. Anything other than that? Uploaded videos. In uploaded videos, we see basically we don't see anything because there was an rm command running, but we see over all the exploits, and I guess that is it. I mean, we can try running linpeas. I mean, just for fun to see linpeas and see if we get anything interesting. Linpeas, let's just grab this thing with wget and linpeas.sh. linpeas t lin.log. You're already root, I know this, but I mean, we should give it a try. Maybe we can find out some other interesting things. And vulnerable to CVE 2022-0847. I don't think so that this is vulnerable to the sudo attack. And Google Cloud Platform, why it's running this attack. I mean, we all know that, already know that this isn't. And here we have some interesting things. 223306. Let's just go to the top. And rsync var www.html is the directory of our website. And modconf mysql collection using default root, yes. Tarantino, this we can read mysql, we can, and www.data cannot cure and code. We were not able to log in as www. I mean, we didn't exploit this thing, cure and code. What exactly is this? I mean, I don't know whether I took this right path or wrong path of solving this box. I mean, do we have? I don't have anything. Utility software to encode string data and QR code and save as a PNG image. QR and code, maybe Privask. Privask mind map. Not sure. But again, this was the permissions found out in the sudoers file. And if we go at the bottom, any other thing interesting? We have public private keys. Come on, we are the root, so we already know that we can read these files. And access.log. This may be something interesting. I mean, we were not able to find out. Right, we can read the etc shadow file also, but that may not be a good idea. I mean, like, nano, and it's starting with the 8th October, which is basically right today. This may be the requests of my gobuster that is basically making a lot of requests to different admin category. Gobuster, right? We see the. So I guess that was the box. I mean, if we go over here, that we started this box with NMAP. Then we find out that there was a web server running. From web server, we ran gobuster and guess that FFMPEG was running. FFMPEG was vulnerable. We were able to read some files, I guess, and as a result, we downloaded a zip file that was password protected with weak algo, that was zipCrypto, and then we used bkcrack to crack it, and as a result we got in as Tarantino, and afterwards we used nano gtfo for becoming root. So I guess this was the box. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please write comments and do remember to subscribe my channel and hit like button. Until next time, have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you very much.